Gary Moore here at Aulani, a Disney resort and spa, and with me is
Jeanette Lomboy of Walt Disney Imagineering.
What does that mean? What do you do? What do you do?
We get the fun job. We get to Imagineer all of this.
See, Imagineering is.
Yeah.
You say you work for Imagineering. That's where. Well, it's like magic comes in.
Right, that's right. That's where the magic comes into play. So everything you see, hear, smell, touch, experience, it starts with Walt Disney Imagineering.
So, and give me an example of some of that. When people walk in here, what are some of the Imagineering things that you've been responsible with?
Everything. I mean, literally everything. So we're the ones that start with the idea, right? Now, for Aulani, usually at Disney parks, we deal with our own intellectual property, right? We have Mickey, we have Minnie, we have Pixar, we have that thing. When we came to Hawaii, it can't just be about Disney. In fact, Disney is not the important part of Aulani. It's the native Hawaiian culture.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
So we do our homework first. We worked with a lot of native Hawaiian cultural practitioners, subject matter experts, to really bring this place to life. And so we start with our homework, which starts with an idea, and there are 200 plus disciplines throughout Imagineering, so everything from architects to artists to engineers to interior designers to storytellers. We do it all, and that entire team is who is responsible for really designing, installing, and implementing the magic you see around here today.
Which is one thing they want to emphasize, because it's not bringing like Disneyland or Disney World to Hawaii. It's just it's setting up a beautiful resort, and like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a little bit of magic around here as well, right? That's sort of like, it's more emphasis on Hawaii than it would be on Disney.
In fact, we always say big H, little D. You might have heard that already.
No, that's good.
Big H, little D. So that means big Hawaii, little Disney, right?
Right.
So this is, as I like to say, Disney is the best possible blank canvas. The native Hawaiian culture is the paint. Together, you get a masterpiece.
And you guys did this so right. I mean, I was just telling you, everything that they've done here is so right, from the way that you're treated by all the employees here, to the food, to and like you said, all the magic that happens here. There are tell me about some of these stones that I see little lights in that sort of light up. They're sort of like
I mean, there's magical elements all throughout Aulani if you know where to look. I think the rock you were speaking of, Pahaku in
there's
Hawaii.
Some rocks. There's like little stones that you walk around that kind of light up, and just a little bit of everything.
There is, and there's a Menehune Adventure Trail, which is an attraction, right?
For you got like an iPad or something like that. Yeah, I saw some kids walking around with that.
You actually, with the magic of the Menehune, you should. We bring the valley to life. So what you saw was a rock that came to life and lit up with a fiber optic petroglyph.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I shouldn't tell you the magical part of it. No, it was just a petroglyph. There's no fiber optics.
Got it.
Right?
I didn't hear it.
But that, and we do that on purpose. We design that sort of magical surprise for all of our guests. So you could walk by that rock a lot of times and never see it do anything, and then one time it comes to life.
Right. Yeah. Well, I noticed it with a couple of some of the stones on the ground and things that are like that. Check out, Stephen. You can pan around over there, and you can check. This is the valley we've been talking about.
That is the Waikolohe Valley. Yes, it is.
And it's a valley that's filled with, well, obviously you can see the river down there. If you maybe you pan down, you can see like the river that, because there's been a little storm here.
Yeah.
They've told everybody just for the moment, just to kind of like hang out for a second outside of it. But you can see all the lush tropical things, and inside of behind all of this, and even in some of the tropics here, you've got some really cool things that are going on.
We do. Now, do you know what Waikolohe means?
No, that's a good question, because I was going to ask you that.
Waikolohe means mischievous waters. It is the perfect name for our Waikolohe Valley, right? So
it's a lot of mischievous water.
There's a lot of mischievous water. So we have a 900 linear foot long lazy river, our Waikolohe stream. We have a watery Menehune bridge, right, which the kids have a fun time playing with the water wheel. We have a Pu'ukilo, which is our large caldera, and there's slides that our guests can go down. But like you were saying, if you go under the underbrush, under that are these layers of magic everywhere.
I love all that stuff. I really do.
Have you walked around at night?
Just a little bit. We got here late Saturday, so yeah.
It's a completely different place at night. It's enchanting and magical, and all those things come to life. And
the lighting downstairs too changes when we were downstairs having all these, like, hey, is that lighting changing?
It's on purpose. So this is how we designed it, right? Layers and layers of meaning. In fact, we kind of hope that, if a guest comes back a year from now, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years from now, that they see something different. We didn't design it to be a week-long resort.
Right, exactly. And you've done a great job. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
I learned so much like that. I hope you learned some more, too, about Aulani. And, there's a nice special effect just on cue. A nice tropical paradise and thunderstorms going on around us here at Aulani.